right here. Ow! Protect your out. We put the work in. Let's finish. Come on, man. Let's do this. Family, I'm doing 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
You see, we dream chase, because that's all we was given to start with. Then we realized the dream was obtainable. Now look at us.
What's going on, Eagles Nation and TMTP family? Welcome back to another episode here on the Main Thing Podcast Presents. It's your boy, Mr. Owens. And after further review, the call stands. I'm still official with no stripes.
What's going on, Eagles family? This is your man, Big Huss. You can trust bringing you all your Philadelphia Eagles latest. Now, look, shutouts matter. I don't care who the opponent is. Whenever you can goose egg the opposing team, that's a great day.
Yes, yes.
So the Eagles, man, shut the Raiders out 31-0, De Niro. You feel me? Look, first shutout in 7 years. And which is crazy to say because we've had some defenses come through here over the past 2 years. So but that'd be our first one in 7 years, man. Shout out to them boys. First time holding a team under 100 yards since 1955. God damn. My 55. Come on, man. This wasn't a comeback story, though. This was a mercy killing. And here's the truth, man. This isn't a we're back game. This wasn't a measuring stick game. This was a get right game. Had to look at the Raiders like your sparring partner. I got a big match coming up. I mean, let me get some light work in real quick, kind of get warmed up before we get to the real opponents. So look, man, today we're gonna break it down, what mattered, what worked, what still isn't quite fixed, and whether the Eagles are finally finding some sort of identity when it comes to the offense. But before we jump into that, as usual, Mr. Owens wants to holler at you real quick.
You already know, Big Huss. Appreciate you, big bro. Thank y'all again for tapping back in with the Main Thing Podcast Presents. But to our loyal supporters, thank you. Y'all know it's all love. The Main Thing Podcast Presents can't happen without the support from y'all. And to our new supporters, welcome to the community and our family. Let's continue to do our part for the community and family. Please continue to like the videos. It does help with the visibility in the algorithm. Disrespect that comment section. Share and subscribe to the community and the content. And last but not least, you don't want to forget to do this. Make sure to turn on them noties and keep your ears and eyes peeled to the streets like your local neighborhood watch. Wow. So you don't miss when me and Big Huss drop this pressure on y'all.
So let's get into it.
Let's
Eagles
get into
win. Hey, 31 goose egg over the Raiders at the link, man. Great showing for the home crowd.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
yes.
Moving to 9-5. Snapped that 3-game losing streak. Got that monkey off our back. Because we weren't feeling good this past few weeks. It wasn't looking good. We weren't feeling good. But last Sunday, we were feeling good and looking good, okay?
BTA session.
Straight up, all right? Getting closer to clinching that NFC East. Hey, be the first team to do it since what, 2005? 04? Yeah, there you go. 04.
Last time we went to the bowl.
Last one
not
to
the
do
last
it.
time, but
Yeah, I feel you. Right? So let's keep it a bean here. Raiders entered this averaging about 15 points per game, which was worse than the NFL. So it wasn't like they were a high-flying offense, but they left the game with 75 total yards. I don't know if I've ever seen a game where an offense plays all 4 quarters and they can only amass 75 total yards. I ain't never seen that one. That's new, unusual.
What you said, because this ain't pot water, this ain't high school ball. These are grown men with NFL contracts.
Come on, dog. They had no play over 10 yards. Defense really had him in check. Kenny Pickett finished with 29 net passing yards. What? Right? Raiders lost their 8th straight game. So, look, man, they wasn't nothing. We went in there and did what we had to do. You feel me? This one gave us a little bit of confidence, though. I wouldn't say clarity on a bunch, but confidence for sure, especially when you can goose egg an opponent and put up 31 points.
For sure, bro. And first off, look, shout out to Kenny Pickett. Super Bowl champion, even though we had to rough you up, ruffle little feathers, get you a little dirty, you're still a Super Bowl champion in our book, and we still love you here in Philadelphia. Also, real quick, because we forgot to mention him in a preview, shout out to T-Book, man. T-Book made a play.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
T-Book, T-Book, our man's here on the Main Thing
I like
Podcast
T-Book,
Presents, man. And shout out to him. He definitely made a play in that game, but we had to send y'all back to Vegas. You feel me? Sore bottoms and all. I had to travel back to the West Coast. You see what I'm saying? But some historic notes that happened on this past Sunday afternoon versus the Las Vegas Raiders. It was the fastest Eagles game since 1993. Man. That seems like when the Cowboys used to be good, right? That's around the same time they used to be good, huh?
Yes, sir.
And it's so crazy because this game, it was wild. This game took 2 hours and 31 minutes in totality. It was weird because on Sunday, I was watching our game, then our game went off, and I still saw games from the 1 o'clock start time when we started in the third quarter, beginning the fourth quarter. I was like, yo, we really handled business. We came, we saw, we conquered straight like that. It was only 6 total penalties in the entire game. This is what we love to see. Keep penalties to a minimum. All right. The Eagles ran the ball a mind-blowing 47 times. That's toting that pill. Yes, that is establishing the tone, establishing the line of scrimmage, and look, setting up the offense to do what the offense did in the passing game. But man, that is the most I think that we ran the ball this season, 47 times. Yes, sure. So, man, it was a beautiful sight. So QB1, he did his thing, but then also, since he almost had a perfect game, they had to put Tanner McKee in there and get some reps. So they both combined finished 15 of 18 passing. Now, look, the TOP, which we always say we have to win. We dominated this football game, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. We outlasted the Raiders by 30. We had 39 minutes and 25 seconds to their 20 minutes and 35 seconds. All right. This game flew by simply because the fact the Philadelphia Eagles stayed on schedule, they stayed efficient, and they stayed disciplined. Getting back to the fundamentals and basics, that is what matters, and getting this football team back on track to the brand of football that we know that they can play.
Absolutely. It was great to see them getting back to that brand of football, bro, really pounding the pill.
Yes.
And me and Mr. Owens have said for weeks, that's what Philly does. We gonna run that rock and play some defense. So you talking about damn near 50 carries between the running backs, quarterbacks, and everything else? Come on, man. I love to see it. Let's do what we do. Now, you mentioned QB1 and Tanner McKee. Let's talk about QB1 right quick. Stat line. 12 of 15. Great, right? 175 yards. Solid. 3 touchdowns. Excellent.
Excellent.
Okay.
It should have been 4.
It should have been 4. Goedert, man,
you did.
Catch the damn ball, right? But what stood out the most to me, 0 turnovers. 0 turnovers, right? After a week where we were giving the ball away, to come back, go from 5 to 0, that's what we want to see. It's hard to lose ball games when you're not turning the ball over, right? He also had the best EPA per dropback of his career. Look, stats don't tell the story. You had to physically kind of see the game. Sometimes what you see actually matters. You got to trust your eyes, right? Hurts looked comfortable. He looked very much in control, surveying the field, finding open receivers, decisive downhill runner. We've been clamoring run QB1. It starts opening everything else up. And it did. He was smart, got out of bounds, avoided the big hits, right? It was just poised. It was the control for me, just not being rattled, especially coming off week, like I said, 5 turnovers. Most quarterbacks that following game would kind of press the matter. Man, I gotta get out that red shirt by while I'm still the guy. He said, everybody relax, baby. I got this. You know what I'm saying? I ain't new to this. I'm true to this, right? And he delivered on that. Now, look, QB1, the quarterback run game was treated as a feature, not an emergency, but that's how it should be. It should be sprinkled in. It shouldn't be something where you're trying to find something for your offense to kind of get you going. So let's do a QB1. Nah, man, sprinkle it in. I like to see the pass to run ratio the way it was, more run than pass, right? A lot of folks are trying to kind of clown QB1, talking about, he threw it 15 times. Look, when you 31 goose egg a team, 15 times is all you need, baby. What you talking about? Come on, man. So we've seen some empty sets, some motion with Devontae Smith, which I love to see because he's a chess piece in himself, pulling steam, shovel pass, Goedert, you know what I'm saying, getting in our bag, QB draw, converting on third downs. When the defense hesitates, what we say, the offense wins, and we won. We kept the Raiders on their heels all game, never really let them get comfortable in what they were trying to draw up and things of that nature. I could honestly say, and now granted, wasn't the best of opponents, but maybe the OC's best game as far as play calling goes.
Yes.
Play design and things of that nature.
Yes.
He was in his bag for the first time. You know what I'm saying? I like to see it. Look, Hurts without design runs, it's just not the same quarterback, man. QB1, obviously, he could toss the PL all over the yard. But what makes him different are those legs. Those legs just add that different component to the offense, right? So this offense without QB runs, it's just not the same thing. So insert the QB runs. Offense look way different to me. I don't know what you think.
Man, that offense look like, hey, bro, they really look themselves in the mirror for real.
Man.
Jesus, because man, they definitely did a great job on offense. And as you mentioned, QB1 played a phenomenal game. People want to talk junk, like you said. Oh, he threw the ball 15 times. Yeah, cool. He threw the ball 15 times, was efficient, made the reads that he needed to, got his touchdowns, and got out of the game. What is the purpose of having your franchise quarterback, which a lot of your teams don't have, in the game? But y'all don't know about this because y'all don't put BTA to teams how the Philadelphia Eagles do as well. It was a lot of people, Big Huss, talking about, oh, it's just the Raiders. It's just the Raiders. How come your favorite team didn't do what we did to the Raiders? How come your favorite team didn't beat them in 2.5 hours? How come your favorite team didn't hold them to 75 total yards? It's all fun and games. It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when we do it. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy. Everybody has it out for the birds, but nobody likes us, and we don't care. Plain and simple. But something to that offensive identity and play calling, it might be a little thing because, like you said, we believe Kevin Patullo did call a good game, but it might have been some influence in this play calling. And now that brings us to Scott Loeffler, okay? He is the quarterback's coach. He originally was the head coach at Bowling Green. Now, family, look, this is very, very important, all right? Why was it different, okay? The sequencing finally showed up on offense, all right? We had some of the same looks, but we had major different outcomes in this football game. The defense was forced to hesitate, forced to think. And when you're forced to think, we're going right behind you, right around you, all right? So some examples of this was our QB run shovel pass tied out to Dallas Goedert. That was a play that I saw Harold Fannin Jr. actually running at Bowling Green with Scott Loeffler last year. So look, it's starting to come. It's starting to make sense, man. Look, then that fake to Saquon, and it had Goedert leak underneath. That was a thing of beauty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. To add on to Huss's point about running the football, man, we were hitting it with counters, duos, pin and pull mixed all in. We was getting variety bag over here. You see what I'm saying? Then we had RPOs that finally made sense. Okay. Also, this is another thing that me and Big Hus have been clamoring about here on our channel. Get under center. Get under center. It helps the offense so much, and it helps the run game immensely. All right. And why under center matters. Okay. The linebackers hesitate. Y'all saw Devin White being slow to react to the football. All right. Y'all saw the defensive line, even Max Crosby with his high motor being hesitant to run to the football. The pass rush slows down. All right. Then the play action lanes widen wide open for us. All right. This offense must live under center moving forward. Every elite offense does it. If you look at the Los Angeles Rams, if you look at the Detroit Lions, what do they usually do with Jared Goff and Matt Stafford? They put their quarterbacks under center. It helps the running back go downhill faster, north and south, and then also helps them with their vision to see the holes rather than an RPO. Because if you're in an RPO, you don't really have no threat of the run. You have a threat of the run, but the linebackers and things like that don't really respect it. So when you put an I formation and have people running downhill, you have the linebackers have to respect it, and that's what opens up that play action. Another thing that I noticed real quick, Big Hus, as well, too, we did have 2 tight end sets. I'm tired of Grant Calcaterra with the blocking. We've been tired of him.
He's not a good blocker.
He's terrible.
That's not his forte. I don't know why we keep putting that man in that position, knowing the outcome we're going to get.
He's terrible. He's terrible, but you're a Philadelphia Eagle, so we still love you, bro. But what I did notice is over the past few weeks, Cameron Latu has come in and been a lead blocker. And with him being that lead blocker, we're starting to find some cracks. We're starting to find some seams and some gaps for Saquon, Tank Bigsby, QB1 to run through. So we got to keep Cameron Latu in there because, look, not only is he a special teams ace, he goes in there and plays balls to the wall. He don't look, he'll run through that hole.
And I was
not
just
scary.
About to say that, bro. I don't want to say most underappreciated Eagle, but Cameron Latu does a lot of dirty work for real. From playing that tight end position to playing fullback into some sets, like you said, to the special teams, he came down and laid the wood on somebody on the special teams. I said, good God, put that man at linebacker. He is sticking. Shout out to Latu. He has really come in and found a place or a home on his team for real.
Yes. Shout out to him, man. He over here running people over, talking about roll tackle. He just running through folks, bro. Running through folks, playing with no fear. That's what you want to see out of your backups. He's not even a starter, but with your backups playing like that, that inspires starters because starters take notice about that. Like, oh man, look, they'll talk to the coaches more. Look, we might need to put Cameron Latu in there a little bit more for blocking. It works itself all out. But with all the good, there was some bad. What's still not fixed, though, with the Eagles offense? The drop back passing still is inconsistent. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, some spacing concepts, they need to be deleted. It's too many receivers in one area. We have to have spacing, okay? Outside zone with Calcaterra, who we just mentioned, on the backside, that is still very much so an issue, and we got to figure that out, all right? But overall, the offense finally looked competent. That's what we wanted. Big Hus asked for it in the preview. Let's at least look functional. They took functional and competent and said, look, add that +1. You see what I'm saying? We're going to do our thing on Sunday.
And they did. And hey, as a viewer at home watching the game, I was very much pleased with what I saw out of this offense. Like you said, still some things to work on. But this was, without a doubt, a step in the right direction, right? Let's talk about some key offensive performances during the game. Mr. Owens already mentioned Dallas Goedert. Look, 6 catches, 70 yards, 2 touchdowns. Already has a career high on touchdowns with 8 this year.
Mm-hmm.
He is turning into a weapon. He's been a weapon.
Yes.
We're just finally taking advantage of the skill set that he has. Big third down conversions. Has really turned into a red zone weapon. Anytime we're down there, hey, KP gets in his bag and he draws something up for my man. And Dallas Goedert punches it in more times than not. Run game, as we said, totaled at 47 times on the day. Saquon had 22 of those for 78 yards and a touchdown. It's getting better. Not quite. Yeah, I mean, that honey bun didn't quite eclipse the 100 yards, but we're getting there, right? He played tough, physical. Look, when you run the ball, that clock continuously runs. That's all why it was a fast game. Them 47 runs, and the Raiders like, man, let's just try to get out of here in one piece. Look, that's why that game went as fast as it did. Then you had Smitty. Smitty continues to make plays, man. Gotta love Devontae Smith. Had a beautiful 44-yard explosive catch, really stressing the defense vertically. And that's what you get when you run the ball. You start getting those vertical passes. You know what I'm saying? You can start threatening that defense deep. And we saw it in this game. A.J. Brown, not a big day, but when his number was called, he made the plays. Had a beautiful 27-yard touchdown reception up the seam. Beautiful ball by QB1. Really put him on it. AJ, secure that drink because you almost dropped it. Yeah, I saw you. I saw you bobble that joint right quick. You feel me? 6'7". Nah, bro. Catch that joint clean. You feel me? Hey, ran it out of heavy personnel. Isolated the safety. It was a great call by KP, and the players went out there and executed. And that's what we've been saying this whole time. Look, KP had to get in his bag. But then when you do get those plays as an offense, those 11 guys got to check their box and execute the plays drawn up. And we saw a lot of that this past game.
Yes. And to add on to your point, QB1 was throwing some darts. Beautiful balls, bro. To Arthur Juan K, as you mentioned, and Devontae, he put that in a bucket. Wow. Smitty ain't even had to break stride. He caught that thing smooth. Let me get that. That's what we need to see. And then it was a little conversation on the sideline. As soon as QB1 went to the sideline, Nick Sirianni was like, yeah. And then he was like, I told you I got you, baby. And then Nick Sirianni was like, tell me it was great. It was great. What did he say? It was a
great scream or great or something to that effect.
It was great play, great execution. No, it wasn't execution, like formation or something. He was something like to that effect. Something to that effect. But man, it's good to see the boys back feeling good, smiling on the sideline, because as we spoke about multiple times, because their body language and their energy on the sideline was not it. And it was good to go against a Raiders team, start to get our footing back, and let's see if we can continue to build on top of this performance and carry this performance out for not only the rest of the regular season, but into the playoffs as well. But we got to keep it real, because it was some bad and ugly in this game. Not too much, though. Not too much. We won 31-0. You can't have too much. You feel me? But some of the bad, again, was Tyler Steen holding. He wiped out a Saquon first down. Saquon burst through that hole with get off me. Of course, flag came out, holding on the offense. That stalled in the red zone on the second drive. And then we had to settle for a field goal. All right. We should have what should have been 7. Also, Tank Bigsby dropped the third down. It didn't look like he was ready. To be honest with you, Tanner McKee put that thing on him real quick.
I was just about to say that. I don't think he was ready for the catch. He looked a little caught off guard when he go like, "Damn, come to me."
I know you was throwing Darius Cooper the whole time. But yeah, man, but that it really wasn't that much bad, because outside of the Tyler Steen holding and the Eagles stalling in the red zone and the Tank Bigsby drop, that was the only bad that we had on Sunday. Now the ugly was Cooper DeJean, his unnecessary roughness. I know they made him like that in Iowa, bro, because look, my man Tyler Lockett came over to him trying to pop junk in his ear. My man said, hold on, fam. Who you talking to, old head? Yeah. Mushed him out the way.
All the way out the way.
And then Tyler Lockett going to try to do the flop. I'm like, bro, come on, bro. I like you, Tyler Lockett. Don't do no corny stuff now to the point where it's just like, bro, out of all you've done in the league, all you've done in Seattle, now you want to get to the Raiders and do this? Come on, bro. Like, but Coop, I love that. Like, even though it was an unnecessary roughness penalty, that is a fire. That's a tone setter. Look, we came ready to play. I felt like the defense has been doing a phenomenal job all season. But ever since that slacking that we took against the Bears, the defense has been fully focused and locked in on all of their opponents. That wiped out a BG sack,
I
man.
know,
BG was
I
holding on to
know.
Kenny Pickett for dear life. He was like, look,
Hey.
bro, you he's like, bro, you ain't going nowhere. That was that old man straight, bro.
Hey, shout out to BG, man.
Yes, bro. BG, living legend, man. Eagle legend for sure. Everybody loves BG here in Philadelphia, man. But overall, it was a very, very clean game for the Philadelphia Eagles. But of course, with every lesson, there still are some teachable moments that you can take from it, and we'll continue to build on top of this performance.
That's all you could do, man. Hey, whether it's a loss or a win, there's always something to build on. You will never have the perfect game. I don't care what anyone tells you. It's impossible to have the perfect game. It's always something you can sharpen your craft on, right? But like you said, let's talk about this defense, man, because Vic Fangio, he's him. My man be calling them games up and having that defense, that unit ready to ball week in and week out.
Yes.
He said, we had a little hiccup with the Bears game. He said, that's cool. We gonna get right. They
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't even worry about it. We got you. They tighten that all the way up, right? Team numbers for the day. Like I said, 75 total yards. That's how much the defense allowed on the day to the Raiders offense. 75 total yards. Oh, my goodness.
Hey, Huss, I heard from a little birdie that the defense is still stopping the Raiders, even though they back in Vegas, bro. They got strapped up getting on the plane. They going through TSA.
It was ugly. It was an ugly day for that offense, man. Defense had 4 sacks on the day, no touchdowns, no explosive plays. Man, we weren't taking any victims, no mercy, right? Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the shout out. Q. I don't understand how Q isn't top in Pro Bowl voting. My man is damn near number 1 in every defensive back category. And if he's not 1, he's 2. No higher than 3. I'm not understanding it. Teams
it's a popularity contest, bro.
It is, bro. Like, teams legit don't even throw his way anymore. No. That's when you know you shut down, where you just out there. They ain't even looking at you. Honestly, that's respect. Cooper DeJean, man, best nickel in the league. I gotta keep it a buck. Best nickel in the league, right? Flying downhill, he erases run plays. He's super physical, great in the pass game. Had the one mistake, right? But my man is an elite slot. We got 2 of the best DBs right here in Philly, right? You know what I'm saying? Billboard Bond, getting back to the Billboard things, you feel me? Had an interception in the second half, read it perfectly, sunk right up underneath. I don't know what Kenny Pickett was looking at. I don't know why he threw that ball. My man was not open, but we'll take that, right? Textbook linebacker play.
And yeah, like you said, bro, I don't know what KP was looking at, but Bond made up for it from that Dallas drop. Was it Dallas? It was either Dallas or Chicago when he sank under the seam route. I believe it was Dallas, bro.
Dallas?
I believe it was Dallas.
Okay.
I believe it was Dallas, but he made up for it. And like you said, Billboard Bomb back to making Billboard Bomb plays.
Straight up and down. We spoke on BG, oldest Eagle to record a sack. Still impacting the game. And what's crazy, he's not even doing it from the outside. They moved his old butt to the interior. And he's still feasting. Shout out BG, man. Nickel out there getting it done. It don't matter how old he is. My man is a playmaker. Moro Jomo, he makes plays every goddamn week. Mm-hmm. I have to be honest with you. The bull is a problem. The Eagles are going to have some decisions to make during this offseason. I ain't going to lie to you. The interior pressure, the big boy sacks, man, he makes literally plays versus the pass, versus the run, his first step, his get off, his hands, the physicality. Moro Jomo is one of the top D tackles in the league. Don't let anybody else tell you anything different, mm-hmm. right? This defense does not play down to opponents. I've noticed that. They crush them. We had a little hiccup game with the Bears, but for the most part, that unit is a Super Bowl unit. They're ready for the big dance. I'm not gonna lie to you. When the offense really gets on, man, boy, scary hours.
Yes, bro.
Scary hours.
We smacking everybody.
Man, you are not gonna want to come to the link and play this team. The way this defense is playing, the offense seems like they're getting their foot now. Ooh-wee.
And the crazy thing is, Huss, not even only at the link. This team battle tested going on the road. We could take this
Facts.
wherever y'all want it, play it however y'all want to play it.
It
It
definitely
travels.
travels.
That's what great teams, that's what championship teams do. You see what I'm saying?
That's
Even
very
if it's
true.
not at the link, we have all the utmost faith and confidence in this team to take this party on the road and still handle business. And to shout out one person from the defense as well, we haven't had a sighting for him in a little while, but Nolan Smith, he bulldozed, bro. That right tackle put him on his backside. Please put the clean up on aisle 5 sign down. We don't want no lawsuits here. My man Nolan Smith hopped over him like he was Spider-Man and got right to Kenny Pickett to hit his little rolling of the dice, rolling the gamble. You see, man, look, them boys came ready to play. All right, but now special teams. We always tell you it's 3 phases of football. Jake Elliott, man, he was perfect on the day. I didn't have to hold my breath for no extra points. I didn't have to hold my breath for a field goal. So shout out to you, Jake. Continue to be consistent and let's stay on this track and get back to the kicker that we all know that you can be. It was clean coverage units, whether it was punt, whether it was kickoff coverage. Everybody was disciplined in their lane assignments. Everybody kept contained. It was no big returns on none of those units. Again, it was only 6 total penalties. That is how you win football games, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. You can't win football games with penalties. You can't win football games with turnovers. And these past few weeks, we've been getting beat by penalties and turnovers. So it was good to see them clean that up against the Las Vegas Raiders. That is championship level discipline between the offense, the defense, special teams, and the coaches. And let's even shout out Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman. Y'all disciplined too. It was just an all collective effort of discipline, and hence why we left 31-0, even though it should have been 38-0. Tank, my man's, you still my man's though.
Hey, could have been 40 something
For real.
and Dallas Goedert for real. That's 2
You're
timeouts.
right. You're
2
right.
timeouts right there.
Man,
For real, but we'll take it. We'll take the goose egg, the 31. Hey, it is what it. We'll take it, right? Now we were able to lead this game, no injuries. QB1 had came up a little gimp on one of those design runs. Kind of had me hold my breath for a minute. I ain't gonna lie to you, but he got up and didn't really pop up on an injury report this week. So everything should be good moving forward. All the key contributors contributed. You know what I'm saying? So it was good to see your main guys actually making plays.
yes.
You know what I'm saying? So we're healthy for the most part. This was just a stepping stone, right? We're heading to the right direction. Now, this game, like I said, we didn't fix everything. Don't crown the Eagles. It's still early, right? There's still a lot of football, right? Don't erase past failures. But what it did do, restore some semblance of confidence within the locker room, within the fan base, reestablish the identity that we've known to grow and love, playing sound defense, toting that pill, right? And it showed a blueprint that's worked. And it's worked from year to year. You know what I'm saying? We just had to get back to it. The formula, QB run game, under center play action, vertical stress, and defensive trust. This is a defense that is going to have your back all daggum game. It doesn't matter what you're doing offensive. They're going to give you the opportunities to get it right. Championship defense, right? We just have to stay committed to this. Offensively, defensively, special teams, right? Start playing that sound ball. This will probably be the first game that we can say that we won in all phases.
Mm-hmm.
The first game. This is definitely something to build on. This is definitely something that we can replicate. We just have to make sure that we're going into it, like you said, staying disciplined, keeping the main thing, and everything else will right itself.
Mm-hmm. It will, and it's kind of similar to 2017. What was our moniker that Malcolm Jenkins had? They was like something. It was like got our back. It was something of you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. But we always used to say it in 2017. But this kind of reminds me of the 2017 team. We obviously didn't start out the way how we wanted. We had a few games, but then also we had some games where the offense just plain and simple didn't show up. And then as well, we took our lumps and bruises with those 3 losses that we had against the Cowboys, the Bears, and the Chargers. But the main thing that we're taking out of this is this team never quits. They don't quit on each other. They're always going to continue to fight. And that's what happens when you're battle tested and you have that championship medal that the Philadelphia Eagles wear. No matter what's going on outside, the outside noise, whether it's the national media, whether it's the local Philadelphia media, whether it's some fans in a fan base, they know in that locker room at that NovaCare complex that they got each other's back. They're never going to give up on each other, and we're going to continue to fight until the wheels fall off. And even if the wheels fall off, they're going to continue to keep going, bro. Like they just made me, even though it was the Raiders, they made me proud by the way how they came out and responded to all the noise that was happening on the outside. So I was glad that we did finish the game 31-0. BTA session to the Raiders. Now we got to focus on those Commandos on Saturday, man. But y'all already know we got to get out of here. But before we get out of here, to our loyal supporters, thank you. Y'all know it's all love. The Main Thing Podcast presents can't happen without the support from y'all. And to our new supporters, welcome to the community and our family. Let's continue to do our part for the community and our family. Please continue to like the videos. It does help with the visibility in the algorithm. Disrespect that comment section, share, and subscribe to the community and our content. And last but not least, make sure to turn on that notification bell, also known as that Liberty Bell looking thingy, so you don't miss when Swoop comes out with the Eagles news and updates.
Absolutely. Look, hope everyone's having a great week. Preview video to that Commanders game on Saturday will be coming out on Friday, so keep your eyes and ears on to look out for that one. But I hope everyone's having a great week. Everyone's been blessed. You know what I mean? Hey man, when the Eagles win, life is just that much better. I swear. I swear it. But if you don't know, hey, I go by Big Huss.
And I go by Mr. Owns.
And this is the Main Thing Podcast, where we keep the main thing the main thing. Hey, man, this flag was fly till we die. Until next time, hey, we out.
I was gonna make a lot of money doing what I wanted to do. I went after it, and it was a struggle to achieve it. But you know what? I caught that bitch. Dream chasing.